All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about Neve Campbell, who recently did an interview with People Magazine and addressed her strong salary offer from the new upcoming film after, you know, the pay or lack thereof kept her from returning, sorry, to Scream 6. So, we already know all the stuff about what's going on, whatever, and I'll break all that down in a minute and give my overall thoughts. But yeah, she had this conversation with people. Hopefully we don't get, copyright situation with what went down, because I'm like, sis, I need to yeah. So anyway, what I'm saying is like all over the place. We got a clip, we're gonna play it, and then we'll talk.
I've lived with Sydney for 30 years. I've lived this journey for her. And I'm really, really grateful to get to go back to it.
The question is, where am I?
So where are you?
Your front porch.
I'm really grateful that the studio heard me when I talked about pay discrepancy and heard me when I talked about it not feeling respectful, and came back. And it feels nice to have put that out into the world and to have been listened to and to have made a difference in that way. It feels appropriate. And, I hope other people get that opportunity too. It's slowly happening in different industries, but we still have to fight for it. And they knew coming in, I think, when they first approached me, I thought, I don't know what respectful looks like to them. We might be in very different places, but they started out in a strong place. So that was lovely. It was really lovely. I'm really excited that Kevin Williamson is going to direct. I think he's been wanting to do it for years, and he deserves it. This is his baby. He's going to do a phenomenal job, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited to get back in Sydney's shoes. Got some great cast coming back. So, yeah, it's going to be fun.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now, I love me some Neve Campbell, and I'm glad that she is coming back to the franchise. And I'm glad that they said that we're going to get some familiar faces. So I'm assuming that when she said familiar faces, that Courtney Cox is definitely coming back as Gail Weathers, because, we can't have Sydney without Gail, And first of all, I feel like you can always use Gail because she's someone who works in media, has always been a part of media. She's familiar with Ghostface for over the past 2 decades plus. And so you would need Gail to kind of come up in there to play like the media lady that's coming in, doing her little investigating and all that other stuff. And also you got to have her chase sequences and stuff, or Ghostface trying to kill her. So we need those moments and stuff in the film as well. So I'm glad she's coming back. Also, I'm really hoping that what she means by familiar faces, that we are getting Patrick Dempsey back as Mark Kincaid, because I actually liked him in Scream 3. I like them two together. I'm glad that, the way that they've constructed their storyline is that she and Mark got married and they had children. I think 2 kids. But what I would have really liked to have them, that would have been cool for them to do, is like, well, I don't know where this script is going to go, but if you're going to have like, okay, there's stuff coming out saying that Ghostface is targeting Sydney and her family and the kids, whatever the case is. But I would have thought that it would have been real cool. Like, if you're going to do sort of like bring in some teenagers or whatever the case is, that Mark had a child from a previous marriage that's staying with them, and then you have her interlinked in with this storyline. So we'll see if that's how it goes. And then they said a familiar Halloween face is going to be playing like a neighbor or whatever the case is. And that Sydney, being that, what's happened with her in Woodsboro, that the place that they live now, which I believe is Seattle, that a lot of the people in the neighborhood don't particularly like her because of her past and her bringing that ghost phase, stuff to where they are. So now you have a killer in this neighborhood or whatever, and it's like, girl, you should have stayed your ass in California instead of coming out here and bringing that stuff. So we'll see what it is, because there's been so many reports, particularly Critical Overlord, every 5 minutes got a damn Scream update, and it's like, can we just wait and see what the thing is? But instead of just, I know you need your algorithms, the algorithm, and all the other stuff, and you gotta get those views and you get paid or whatever. But it's just like, okay, every 2 seconds there's always some damn Scream stuff, and we don't even know if all this is actual fact. Unless y'all got a script and y'all can leak it online, I'm just taking all this as rumor. But anyway, with that being said, I love the fact that she is getting the money and stuff that she's getting. However, we cannot ignore the elephant in the room, Neve, dear, that The only reason why they listen to you and they're giving you and I hate being cynical in this way but it's the way that the timing and everything has been laid out. The only reason why they listen to you and they're giving you the money and all this other stuff that you want is because you lost two of your core four. You lost your two co-leads. You lost Melissa Barrera, who said that she only signed, they wanted her for a 3-movie deal. She only signed a 2-movie contract, which was dumb because if they were planning on doing if they were talking about a trilogy, why would you sign your actors on and do only 2 movies? And then if the movies did well, then you got to renegotiate, and then they could ask for more money. You should have locked them in for 3 movies. So I don't know what the hell not Radio Silence. I don't know what Spyglass was doing over there, but that just sounds stupid. And then so they fired Melissa Barrera over, her standing up for what's going on in Gaza and the genocide and saying that was wrong. And apparently people said that she was being anti-Semitic, which we're starting to see like this whole thing with what she said. This is happening to a lot of people. So people out there who are protesting, wanting a ceasefire and this other stuff are getting doxxed, are getting treated like they're terrorists. There's a whole lot. There was even something I saw where there was an ad, and I kid you not, from taken out for photographers not too far from where I used to live, because I used to live not too far from Columbia University in Harlem. So I used to live by Riverside Park, but Riverside Park, but Columbia University is not too far from there. So they were sending out an ad, and my friend of mine sent me this, but they were talking about that they were trying to hire photographers to take pictures of people, I guess, to like assault, assassinate, threaten. I'm like, what the hell is going on in this country? Now y'all out here trying to kill people or you're illegally searching them or taking their masks or whatever off to expose them so that way they can get fired and stuff. Meanwhile, you can have a whole racist running around spewing all kind of hatred towards black folks and everybody else. Y'all let them keep their hoods on. But you come for the people that's actually trying to raise awareness on what's going on in the world. They're always on the wrong side of history, which goes to show they're on the right side of history. But the bigots, the racists, and the homophobes, and all this other stuff, they're always getting to be treated in mass shooters. Y'all get the red carpet rolled out for y'all. And I guess it's because, our government, our police force and everything, that's the side that they roll on. They're threatened by people who actually threaten their status quo. But anyway, let's move away from that and let's focus on Scream. But I got caught up in that because of the whole Melissa Barrera thing. And then Jenna Ortega dropping out because of Beetlejuice, all this other stuff. I have my theories on that, and I'm not going to get into it again. If you've seen past videos where I've talked about this, that's how, you can look it up and know where I stand on that with the whole Jenna. I don't believe that she just voluntarily was like, you know what, I'm so busy, that's why I'm not coming back to do it. I just felt like because you got rid of the other actress, she was like, well, fuck y'all, I'm not coming back. So, and then with that, not only that, you lose your 2 co-leads, then you lose your director, Christopher Landon, who I was excited to come in and do the Scream films because, I loved Freaky, I loved Happy Death Day. Like, he's one of those directors, openly gay, similar to Kevin Williamson, who is a gay man who wrote the Scream franchise. And you have, Christopher Landon come in, and a lot of his aesthetic in his horror films are similar to the Scream franchise. So I was really excited to see what he was going to bring to this franchise. But then, of course, because y'all didn't want to bring Neve back, then there was death threats, or because of not Neve. It was Melissa Barrera and that whole situation that came out. Then y'all went and you were threatening him to his family and all this other stuff. And it's like, what are y'all doing? Now it's like he's having to drop out because now he's dealing with trolls online threatening him and his family. And I feel like the only reason why they gave Kevin Williamson the gig is because nobody else would touch it with a 10-foot pole. Everybody else was scared to come in and do this film because if anybody who would have attached themselves to this Scream movie because they're the bit of Betties out here are mad over Jenna and Melissa not coming back, then he would have been, regardless of who it was, it could have been King Tut coming in and directing this film. Y'all would have dragged him through the ground. So, not Radio Silence. So Spyglass was shady, but also smart in the way they did it. Cause like, well, fuck y'all, but damn it, man. Now I'm on the fence. I'm torn. But you pulled a good one, a fast one, but a good one. By backing up the Brinks truck for Neve Campbell, I hope she gets some. She was smart enough to sign also a back end deal, whatever, that she could get money from the back off the back end or whatever the case is, and not just 25-30 million up front or whatever the case is for one movie. So that, and then you brought in Kevin Williamson, who I also hope gave some some input in the writing as well, because one of the things I've not liked about the writing from the recent two Scream movies is that some of that plot armor, and then the third act usually falls apart for me. So I'm hoping that Kevin Williamson, who knows the Scream franchise backwards and forwards, has come in and really laid out his 2 cents and really broke things down, and is going to make this, tighten things up a bit. So that's what I'm looking forward to. So in a way, I'm mad about what all the drama that went around, but I'm also excited to see this film. So I'm just hoping that they can hurry up and get it done. I already heard that they're going to be shooting this film this summer up in Canada. Good luck with y'all with that. But here's the thing, like I said before, is that I love the fact that Neve is coming back, but let's not act like that the reason why that you're, that everything worked out in your favor is because they listened to you. No, Spyglass is desperate. They know they made so much money. At the end of the day, all they care about is money. Money talks with them. And so they backed up the Brinks truck for her, and she got what she needed. So it ain't got nothing to do with the fact they listened to you. I don't think they could. First of all, we saw from watching, the way they did Scream 6, they basically was like, we don't give a fuck. We don't need Neve because we got our core 4. But then when that situation fell apart, they realized, oh, we do need Neve. So, like I said before, I'm excited to see this film. Whenever we get it, it's probably more than likely 2025. They're going to want to push this film out sometime in, who knows, maybe like February, March. I really hope that they push for a March release, similar to what they did with Scream 6. And yeah, I'll be there opening night with bells on, watching it. And I'll for those of you who still want to protest about not wanting to be a part of the franchise because of what they did to the other 2 actors, even though Neve is Scream, she has laid the foundation for this franchise. It's always been about Sidney Prescott. I'll let you know what my overall thoughts are, because I'm glad to see this movie, because people love spoiling who the killer is. So I have to go open the night to see it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you agree that with anything I said, or whatever your difference of opinion, good, bad, or indifferent, but respectfully, let me know what you guys think of this whole Scream 7 situation. And are you excited Neve's coming back? Are you still disappointed in the whole Jenna Melissa situation? Like, I'm all of those things. I'm upset that they're not coming back, but I'm also excited that Neve's coming back, because Neve is my Scream queen from the Scream franchise, and I've been rocking with her since the beginning. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments below.